Yo, welcome to the brand new channel, first time watching, where we're going over all religious books. We are starting with Christianity and we're going to go through every single book. The reason we're doing this is, if you don't know me, people, I am from another channel called The Red or Blue Pill, where we go through creepy TikToks that question reality. And I noticed that we were starting to get into and do a lot of stuff with religion, which got me reading the Bible. I've not come from any religious background, but I started reading it and I ended up doing a lot of stuff over there. So I wanted to split it into two channels. So this channel is going to be dedicated to first time watching all biblical texts, basically. So we're starting off with, I don't know where we're going to end up, but we're starting off today with the book of Genesis, and we're going to go through every single book. We're going to break it up into 20-minute segments. So if you are here, I'm serious with this channel. So in a year's time, we should have done, 120 hours of research into biblical texts. So if you're here from the start to the end, or if you read or sort of go through all the audio files with me, then there's a lot of research there, people. A lot of research. And we're going to ask the hard questions. The problem I have at the moment is that I'm talking about a certain, I'm reading something from the Bible and then somebody else is reading it from a different Bible. So I want to go through the Bible. You see what I see. I'm reacting to it and we react to that Bible. And then we'll go through to different texts and older texts and see where we go. But the idea is to do a video every day. And then I also will be looking to do live streams at some point. Where I can get everyone in and have a chat, because I noticed that a lot of the comments on the Red or Blue Pill channel were to do with religion. So, I don't think I'm the only one that's interested and blown away by reading it. So I've actually read the book of Genesis already, but I'm re-going over it. And then I thought, wow, I'm going to go over it with the subscribers, because you can see what I'm reading and I can see what you're reading and you can see my reaction and you can comment to it in real time. So I thought that'd be the best way. Rather than me just randomly coming up with stuff in my other channel and can't remember exactly what it was, I can show you what I'm reading and react to it in real time, which I thought was a much better idea. So with that being said, today's video is going through the book of Genesis, and I think we're going to do 1 or 2, 3 chapters max, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments.
Genesis 1. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was barren with no form of life. It was under a and covered with darkness, but the Spirit of God was moving over the water. God said,
I command light to shine.
And light started shining.
Okay. Just a quick one. Don't want to break it up too much, but the earth was barren. So the earth was there, but with no form of life, is what I'm reading there.
God looked at the light and saw that it was good. He separated light from darkness and named the light day and the darkness night. Evening came and then morning. That was the first day. God said,
I command a dome to separate the water above it from the water below it.
And that's what happened. God made
So also the water must have been there already as well, right? Before God arrived.
the dome and named it sky. Evening came and then morning. That was the second day. God said,
I command the water under the sky to come together in one place, so there will be dry ground.
and that's what happened. God named the dry ground land, and he named the water ocean. God looked at what he had done and saw that it was good. God said,
I command the earth to produce all kinds of plants, including fruit trees and grain.
and that's what happened. The earth produced all kinds of vegetation. God looked at what he had done, and it was good. Evening came, and then morning. That was the third day. God said,
I command lights to appear in the sky and to separate day from night, and to show the time for seasons, special days, and years. I command them to shine on the earth.
and that's what happened. God made two powerful lights, the brighter one to rule the day and the other to rule the night. He also made the stars. Then God put these lights in the sky to shine on the earth, to rule day and night, and to separate light from darkness. God looked at what he had done, and it was good.
That's the other thing. He calls them lights. The sun and the moon and the stars are lights, which I find quite interesting as well.
Evening came, and then morning. That was the fourth day. God said,
I command the ocean to be full of living creatures, and I command birds to fly above the earth.
So God made the giant sea monsters and all the living creatures that swim in the ocean. He also made every kind of bird. God looked at what he had done, and it was good. Then he gave the living creatures his blessing. He told the ocean creatures to live everywhere in the ocean, and the birds to live everywhere on earth. Evening came, and then morning. That was the fifth day. God said,
I command the earth to give life to all kinds of tame animals, wild animals, and reptiles.
and that's what happened. God made every one of them. Then he looked at what he had done, and it was good. God said,
Now we will make humans, and they will be like us.
That gets me. They will be like us. Who's us? You know, like that sounds like there's more than one, more than one God, maybe, is it? I don't know. But he says us. He doesn't say like me. He says us.
We will let them rule the fish, the birds, and all other living creatures.
So God created humans to be like himself. He made men and women. God gave them his blessing and said,
Have a lot of children, fill the earth with people, and bring it under your control. Rule over the fish in the ocean, the birds in the sky, and every animal on the earth. I have provided all kinds of fruit and grain for you to eat, and I have given the green plants as food for everything else that breathes. These will be food for animals, both wild and tame, and for birds.
God looked at what he had done. All of it was very good. Evening came, and then morning. That was the sixth day.
So here, he's made men and women already and to be like us, which is him. But he hasn't made Adam and Eve yet, from what I can tell. But let's carry on.
Genesis 2. So the heavens and the earth and everything else were created. By the seventh day, God had finished his work, and so he rested. God blessed the seventh day and made it special, because on that day he rested from his work. That's how God created the heavens and the earth. When the Lord God made the heavens and the earth, no grass or plants were growing anywhere. God had not yet sent any rain, and there was no one to work the land. But streams came up from the ground and watered the earth. The Lord God took a handful of soil and made a man. God breathed life into the man, and the man started breathing. The Lord made a garden in a place called Eden, which was in the east.
So now he's made a man, but he's already said he's made man and woman. Now he's making a man, which is Adam. Is this gone back in time now, or?
And he put the man there. The Lord God placed all kinds of beautiful trees and fruit trees in the garden. 2 other trees were in the middle of the garden. One of the trees gave life. The other gave the power to know the difference between right and wrong. From Eden, a river flowed out to water the garden. Then it divided into 4 rivers. The first one is the Pishon River that flows through.
So we've got one tree that gives life, and the other the power to know the difference between right and wrong. I mean, you'd want to know the difference between right and wrong, wouldn't you? I would have thought. I don't know. Maybe not.
The land of Havilah, where pure gold, rare perfumes, and precious stones are found.
Ooh.
The second is the Gihon River that winds through Ethiopia. The Tigris River that flows east of Assyria is the third, and the fourth is the Euphrates River. The Lord God put the man in the Garden of Eden to take care of it and to look after it. But the Lord told him,
You may eat fruit from any tree in the garden, except the one that has the power to let you know the difference between right and wrong. If you eat any fruit from that tree, you will die before the day is over.
The Lord God said,
Ooh, see, this is what I don't get. So why can't man eat from the tree so he knows right from wrong? So he knows right from wrong. I don't get that. A very simple question and simple mind, but surely you would want man to know right from wrong, so he knows he's doing right or he's doing wrong. You know what I mean? Otherwise, you just don't know. You're confused and you're naked, tearing around in a garden. But it clearly says right from wrong. You can't eat from that tree, which that question marks for me, you know?
It isn't good for the man to live alone. I need to make a suitable partner for him.
So the Lord took some soil and made animals and birds. He brought them to the man to see what names he would give each of them. Then the man named the tame animals and the birds and the wild animals. That's how they got their names. None of these was the right kind of partner for the man. So the Lord God made him fall into a deep sleep, and he took out one of the man's ribs. Then, after closing the man's side, the Lord made a woman out of the rib. The Lord God brought her to the man, and the man exclaimed,
"Here is someone like me. She's part of my body, my own flesh and bones. She came from me, a man, so I will name her woman."
So this is a bit that confuses me already, because it says that God has already made man and woman, but then he's made Adam, and then he's made a woman out of his rib, and it says now that Adam is going to call her woman.
That's why a man will leave his own father and mother. He marries a woman, and the two of them become like one person. Although the man and his wife were both naked, they were not ashamed. Genesis 3. The snake was sneakier than any of the other wild animals that the Lord God had made. One day, it came to the woman and asked,
"Did God tell you not to eat fruit from any tree in the garden?"
Right, I'm just going to put it out there. Why is a snake talking? Snakes don't talk. So if this is a snake, how is it talking? It's got to be a different form of a snake that we know, because it's talking. And it's got a dodgy voice as well, by the way. You can tell it's dodgy by the voice. You know what I mean?
The woman answered,
God said we could eat fruit from any tree in the garden, except the one in the middle. He told us not to eat fruit from that tree or even to touch it. If we do, we will die.
"No, you won't.
the snake replied.
God understands what will happen on the day you eat fruit from that tree. You will see what you have done, and you will know the difference between right and wrong, just as God does."
The woman stared at the fruit. It looked beautiful and tasty. She wanted the wisdom that it would give her, and she ate.
So this is where it confuses me. Like, why wouldn't God want to know? Why wouldn't he want us to know right from wrong? That surely helps us. So this is controversial for me. Like, I don't get this. And it's going to carry on. But, it's just simple questions. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just curious to why it is like this. The snake, apparently it's a snake that's come in, and he is trying to tell the humans, you'll know right from wrong if you eat from that tree. Why is a tree there in the first place? Like, did God make it, and why did he put it in there? I don't know. It's just weird. Like, I know that it's supposed to be the temptation thing, but it doesn't say that in the Bible. It doesn't read that in the Bible. It says the tree from right or wrong. I don't know. It's weird.
Some of the fruit. Her husband was there with her, so she gave some to him, and he ate it too. Right away, they saw what they had done, and they realized they were naked. Then they sewed fig leaves together to make something to cover themselves. Late in the afternoon, a breeze began to blow, and the man and woman heard the Lord God walking in the garden.
So previously, people say that we're supposed to be naked and walk around naked. That was how we was meant to be, but it's not so much. It sounds like to me that we're in a garden naked, and the only reason we're in there and we don't know is because we don't know any better until we eat from the tree of knowledge. That then, and it says it there, know right from wrong. So now they know that it's wrong to be tearing around naked. Like today in today's civilization, if I walked up the street naked, it would probably be, I'd get in trouble for it. So and this is what it's saying in here in this Garden of Eden, and outside this Garden of Eden, is man and woman already been made by God, as He said at the start, or not? These are the questions I've got.
They were frightened and hid behind some trees. The Lord called out to the man and asked,
Where are you?
The man answered,
I was naked, and when I heard you walking through the garden,
I heard you walking through the garden. This is referring to God walking, like a being through the garden.
I was frightened and hid.
How did you know you were naked?
God asked.
Did you eat any fruit from that tree in the middle of the garden?
It was the woman you put here with me.
The man said.
She gave me some of the fruit and I ate it.
The Lord God then asked the woman,
What have you done?
How's the snake in the garden as well? Like, we didn't get told he was making a snake or anything, did we? Like, I thought it was just a man going in the garden.
Snake tricked me,
she answered.
and I ate some of that fruit.
So the Lord God said to the snake,
Because of what you have done, you will be the only animal to suffer this curse. For as long as you live, you will crawl on your stomach and eat dirt. You and this woman will hate each other. Your descendants and hers will always be enemies. One of hers will strike you on the head, and you will strike him on the heel.
Then the Lord said to the woman,
You will suffer terribly when you give birth, but you will still desire your husband, and he will rule over you.
The Lord said to the man,
You listened to your wife and ate fruit from that tree. And so the ground will be under a curse because of what you did. As long as you live, you will have to struggle to grow enough food. Your food will be plants, but the ground will produce thorns and thistles. You will have to sweat to earn a living. You were made out of soil, and you will once again turn into soil.
The man Adam named his wife Eve because she would become the mother of all who live. Then the Lord God made clothes out of animal skins for the man and his wife. The Lord said,
These people now know the difference between right and wrong, just as we do. But they must not be allowed.
Just as we do. They know right from wrong, just as we do. Just as He said us, referring to more than one.
To eat fruit from the tree that lets them live forever.
So the Lord God sent them out of the Garden of Eden, where
He's saying there's fruit from a tree that allows you to eat forever. Like, what fruit is this?
they would have to work the ground from which the man had been made. Then God put winged creatures at the entrance to the garden and a flaming, flashing sword to guard the way to the life-giving tree.
Wow.
Genesis 4.
Well, there we are. The book of Genesis, chapter 1 to 3. Nice and easy. There's my questions that I have. I hope you've enjoyed it. Tomorrow, I will be doing chapters 4 to 6. 4, 5. Yeah, 4 to 6. And we'll go from there. And this is how I'm going to do it, people. I'm just going to break it up, 20-minute sections. Going to do it daily. And I'm going to get your input and try and grow the community and get, like-minded people asking these questions. And hopefully by the time we get through all the books, we'll have a bit of knowledge and can go read back over it all. and try and see if we see it in a different light, because we've read different books and we're going back over stuff and can translate it. You know, we might be able to speak fluent Hebrew or something. I don't know. Who knows? All I know is I'm doing this, so I may as well try and do it with you guys. If you don't enjoy it, then, you know, I won't do it. I'm going to still read the books, whether it's on camera or off camera. This is my goal for the next, you know, probably few years, because there's a lot of stuff to cover. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully, either on here or the Red or Blue channel. I don't know. Wherever we'll see you, I will see you again. That's for sure.